Alright everyone, today we're taking a look at all the LEGO Jurassic World dinosaur species. Not really LEGO Dino, I only have 2 of them, but all the variants as well, we will include them all. But anyway, let's take a look at our first figure, the Baby Raptor. As you can tell, this one is the most up-to-date version of blue, but some of the originals include the 1993 Velociraptor color scheme, the 2018 blue, so you can tell the difference is it's less accurate to the most up-to-date blue, and yeah, it came out during Fallen Kingdom basically, but this accurate blue actually came with a Charlie, Delta, and an Echo. So Echo obviously doesn't have the scarring on the face yet because Blue hasn't ripped off her nose yet, but there you go, there's the squad. But those aren't the only Baby Raptors, because we also got this one and this one for the Dominion sets. This came with the Malta set. It might have come with the Ghost Atrociraptor, I believe. And then just this year we got an even newer Baby Raptor, which is different to this one, the previous one. It's got purple patterning. It's like a combination of these two basically, so I find that interesting. But those are all of the Baby Raptors from the Jurassic World line, at least. So let's have a look at the Baby Ankylosaurus, the second smallest thing. Now, this one is the second one to release. The original one was the, I guess, the less saturated Bumpy. And then we had the baby brown Ankylosaurus. I really do like this one, although I love how saturated the colors are on this one. However, it's not our only Bumpy, as we just recently got this. So that's, you know, super cool in my opinion. But what's up next? Well, one that recently released during Dominion was Beta. However, Beta is not alone, as they did actually remake this Baby Raptor just recently for the Chaos Theory line, and it looks like this. It also came out in a set previous at the start of 2024, so there were 2 of the exact same one this year. Interesting. But yeah, Beta, obviously asymmetrical patterning, similar to Blue's patterning. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Anyway, Baby Triceratops, or some people might think this is Nasutoceratops, because as you can see, there are multiple of them, and they all got different back pieces. So this one obviously is Triceratops, right? However, some people believe this might be Spinoceratops because of the really blue patterning, and some people believe this might be Nasutoceratops. Now, why do we think this? Well, take a look at this green Triceratops, and then this one back here, that is Triceratops, and then this one, Nasutoceratops, and it's got the exact same colors as the Nasutoceratops patterning, whereas this one doesn't have an adult version, and there were no adult Spinoceratopses in Camp Cretaceous. So just figured I'd point that out. Of course they are called Triceratopses on the packaging, but you know, it's clear they are meant to be different from one another. Anyway, one of my favorite ones here, the favorite patterning of the duo, is this Dilophosaurus right here, as you can clearly see. And then we have the Dominion Dilophosaurus, or Secrets of Isla Nublar Dilophosaurus. So that's pretty cool, don't you reckon, guys? Have a good look at that. Anyway, next one up, I guess we'll just go with the Atrociraptors. Yes, we've got Tiger and Ghost. So Tiger's patterning is really cool. I'm really hoping they do complete the squad, considering the Velociraptors got their squad and we only have Tiger and Ghost. I'm hoping Chaos Theory gives us the opportunity to get Red and Panthera, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But up next is this one. You guys, some of you probably don't even know this exists. What species is this? It's not in any of the movies. It's called Ceolophysis. Now, it came out during the LEGO Dino line when this one released, and this one, except it was re-released for Jurassic World in a small little packaging, and you could only get it if you bought the Xbox version of the Jurassic World Lego game. So I don't have an Xbox, I have PlayStation, so I got a mini Dr. Wu instead. But then I was like, I kind of have to have this, can't miss out on one dino species, so I just bought it on eBay, you know, sucked it up. I was like, yeah, I kind of need this, and it's a really cool one. But the other smallest one, this is our last of the small molds, is the Pyroraptor. This one is super cool. I love the red feathering. Basically the closest I'm gonna get to a Pro C Lego, I reckon, for now. Unless they make, you know, Ceratosaurus Lego, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, we just have the Pyroraptor for now. So super awesome stuff. There's no more variants for this lineup basically of the small figures, so we can just move on to, I guess, Dilophosaurus, which you'll notice looks very similar to that one. So yes, here's Dilophosaurus, and here is its variant, the original 2015 Dilophosaurus, but they remade it for 2018, and then they're like, wait, it's way too big, we have to size it down and make it as big as these guys. So we never really got the big ones again. I'm glad I got them when I did. This one's a bit too saturated in colors though, so that's why I really like this one a lot. But yeah, moving on, Gallimimus. They only ever made one Gallimimus for the 2020 lineup, I believe. This is when Indominus Rex was released, and the adult Ankylosaurus you can see in the back. So that's super cool. I'm glad I got it, considering, you know, for some reason it didn't come back in the Jurassic Park lineup. It's like, what are you doing there? But now we're going on to some pretty crazy stuff, because Velociraptor is probably the most remade model in the Lego Jurassic World lineup. So let's just zoom through them. We have this one, the most recent blue, the up-to-date blue that looks accurate to the movies. But then we have the original 2015 blue. And of course, 2015 blue came with a full squad: Charlie, Delta, and of course, Echo. Now you can see Delta actually looks different to her miniature version, because for some reason they were always changing the colors of Delta. It was either this beige one or this dark green one, and the dark green one is the accurate colors. So it's kind of nice they did that, but I don't think we're getting a remade Delta unless they do one for next year's lineup, you know, considering that is the 10th anniversary of Jurassic World. But here we have another blue. Oh my god, there's 3 of them now. So yes, 2015, 2018 for Fallen Kingdom, and then 2022 for Dominion. So yep, there's those ones, but there's still much more. We had another 2018 Raptor, which was based on the 1993 Raptor. I call this one the big one, because we do actually have multiple 1993 Raptors. But yeah, this one is the most unique color scheme, so I'm just gonna call it the big one. There was also another 2018 Raptor that came in the junior sets, so there's that one. And then a couple of years later, I think in the 2020 line as well, we had another blue Raptor. I'm not sure what it's meant to be. It might be a Jurassic Park 3 Raptor, but then again, it came with the junior set, so I don't think it's really accurate, just like this green Raptor. Although the green Raptor was meant to be in Fallen Kingdom, so who knows. But yes, as I did say, there are other Velociraptors based on the 1993 color scheme. As you can see here, this is the only time I'm going to pull out one of the duplicates, because there's too many duplicates to pull them all out. But yes, because there's 3 main Velociraptors in Jurassic Park, I like to pretend I've got the full pack with me, thanks to having the 2018 Velociraptor. So there's that, and I guess what we can, now that we've looked at all the Velociraptors, we can kind of move on to Stygimoloch. How cool is that? But it's not the only Stygimoloch, because the junior sets for Camp Cretaceous decided they would do a green Stygimoloch, and then funnily enough we kind of got a yellow Stygimoloch, or yellowy greenish Stygimoloch for Chaos Theory. So it's like they predicted it. Maybe they wanted to add Stygimoloch back in Camp Cretaceous, but like, we kind of don't have the budget for this, so maybe that's why we got a leg one. I think it's cool either way. But I kind of forgot, we do have one more species of the last of the small line, because obviously we have super small, then pretty small, then just normal small. But yeah, Pteranodon's the last of that line. This is the original 2015 one, probably the best color scheme. And then after that, we kind of just got weirdish color schemes, because of course the Jurassic World one is more grey and red. So this one came out in 2015, then again in the 2018 junior sets. Then this one came out in the Fallen Kingdom 2018 sets, not junior though. Then this one came with Gallimimus in 2020, and then this one came out for Dominion and was re-released for 2024. It's crazy, I know all this. Like, I've got nothing better to remember, honestly. But yes, let's move on to Ankylosaurus, if we can get everything out of the way. So we do of course have Ankylosaurus here. I do really like this one. Only problem is its head is hollow, so you can just put your finger in it. But then again, you're not really tipping it over, unless of course you're doing the Indominus Rex fight, which it does come with an Indominus Rex. So it's like, Okay, I don't know why, but yeah, sure. And so this one is basically hinted to be the alpha, considering it comes with the Indominus Rex, and the alpha was said to be Bumpy's parent, so I think that's cool. But then again, this one's more of an accurate color to this, and we do know Bumpy was adopted, so it does make sense, right? But yeah, it's not the only Ankylosaurus, because we just recently got the BrickBuilt Bumpy. It looks super silly next to it, I'm not gonna lie, because I was hoping we would get an adult buildable Bumpy, but it makes sense, you know. I feel the baby Bumpy is kind of more iconic. But then again, it was only in the first season and a bit of the second, so who really knows on that one. But yeah, Ankylosaurus, how cool is that? Let's move it all to the side. And now, Triceratops. Let's have a look at this one. Here it is. This is the 30th anniversary Jurassic Park Triceratops. However, I just feel this one is a much better Triceratops, the original Lego Dino Trike. You know, just have a look at it. The grey horns, I don't feel the brown horns really work too much. I do like the grey colouring added in. Although the back of this is quite accurate. These, I do believe that was on the original Triceratops. But yeah, I just love the variation in the original Lego Dino one. But of course, it's not it. We do have a green Triceratops that came out for Legends of, or Secrets of Isla Nublar. And that was in 2019. And then for Dominion, we had the Nasutoceratops color scheme. So there's our 4 Triceratopses. And now let's get on to our last quadrupedal herbivore, which would just so happen to be Stegosaurus. I'm really glad they made this, although it's a bit weird. They haven't made Parasaurolophus yet. But anyway, here is our beautiful Stegosaurus. Just have a look at that. I do really like it. Of course, its head doesn't move, neither does the tail, but that's kind of the price we have to pay for, you know, getting 2 molds, including Allosaurus back there, for the recent Chaos Theory line, when they normally wouldn't make new molds for a series, mostly just for movies. So that's the Stegosaurus. How cool is that? Now let's move on to, let's say, Baryonyx. I'd say it's the smallest of the big ones here. So let's have a look at Baryonyx. I really love the like sparkly shine it has with the blue on the back, you know. But then again, that might just be the lighting I have going on. But it's not the only Baryonyx, because we also have Grim, I do believe, even though the eye is orange and not really red. We're only just missing Limbo, but I don't think we're getting Limbo anymore, considering I do believe Limbo died on Manticore Island to Big Eatie. So there is that. But yes, the Baryonyxes, super cool stuff. Love to see it. And now we might as well move on to our first hybrid, but it's more of a super hybrid because it's made from Indominus Rex, the Indoraptor. This one, probably one of the rarest molds you could get at this point. It hasn't re-released at all. It only came out once, which was in the Lockwood Manor set. So there is that. I do really love it. Honestly, I could expect them to make a white Indoraptor, but I can't really see it appearing again. Unless it appears in Chaos Theory Season 2, we see its dead body. Maybe that's how they made the Atrociraptors, you know? Who knows, honestly. But they are quite similar, so I do think that's a possible theory. Anyway, I do really love this Indoraptor, but they have reused its mold a ton, like on Baryonyx. And also, our one that is next up, Therizinosaurus. Now, it is a little weird. It's like a kind of bird dino thing. It doesn't look like it has feathering at all. Although, kind of, I guess the little, whatever this pattern is here, makes it look like feathering, and also the red on the back. But it is an interesting looking creature, and I do prefer the Mattel variant over it 100%. And it has raptor claws, because they use the Indoraptor model. It's like, come on, man. But yeah, as you can see here, it does have these, so I thought that was cool. At least they put the effort into, you know, add new hand mold. Of course they kind of had to, because if they just did Indominus Rex and Indoraptor, it would be a bit weird. And then they did do a new head, so I do appreciate that. I do think it's still a cool creature nonetheless, and it probably is one of my favorite Lego molds, actually, just for its uniqueness. But yeah, let's move on to Carnotaurus, and then afterwards we can get to the tyrants over there. So Carno, it is not the only Lego Carno, as it was remade from this 2018 one to 2021, which was Toro, one of our first asymmetrical creatures patterning, because it doesn't have a scar on the other side of its face. yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I would kind of have expected it to be more this color if it was Toro. But then again, I guess you can pretend it's the burnt Toro. We don't really have any toys of the burnt Toro, so maybe that's why it's all dark and crispy, you know, but burnt Toro is like really grim, so I don't reckon you'll be putting blood all over it. But I would say the original 2018 Carno is 100% my favorite with its color scheme. Yeah, I just think it's super awesome. But now, let's move on to our first Tyrants, probably the smallest one. I know, Allo. Why have I not picked Allo? It's because T-Rex is actually smaller than Allosaurus. So, this one I would say is Big ET, even though it came in the 2018 set with the Raptor Squad babies. Oh no, not the 2018, the Legends of Isla Nublar set, or Secrets of Isla Nublar, whichever one it was, back in 2019. And yeah, it is not our first T-Rex. Our first T-Rex in the Jurassic World line was the 2015 T-Rex. That came with Vic Hoskins, I do believe. And then afterwards, we got that again for 2018 in Fallen Kingdom. And then we also got this one for Fallen Kingdom. So I think that one, this one is probably one of my favorites. I'm not going to lie. I really love the variation. It kind of reminds me of Doe, got the tiger patterning and whatnot. And then, you know, speaking of Doe, actually, because we had this one 2015, 2018, and then 2019. We skipped 2020 and we skipped 2021. Then we had Dominion, which introduced us to a junior set with our first Jurassic World green T-Rex. Now, the Lego Dino line did have a green T-Rex. I don't have it, unfortunately. But this one, I'm saying it's Buck. 100%, right? Our only green Lego T-Rex. And then we got an actual Rexy. It's apparently meant to be more accurate to the on-screen Rexy, because this one was meant to be Rexy, right? Then that one was meant to be Rexy. Then for some reason they made Rexy grey. I don't know why. So I'm just saying it's Big ET, because Big ET is the only grey T-Rex in canon. But yeah, they had this T-Rex, and funnily enough, no scars. But then they're like, you know what? Let's make a Jurassic Park 30 line and give Rexy her scars. So they kind of did a reverse order thing here. They're very similar in terms of color, but they do have different patterns. So I think that is, you know, pretty neat. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of T-Rexes. I'm gonna have to just kind of throw them off here, and then we can get to our next creature, our last creature with a variant, actually. Although I am forgetting something. We do have more T-Rexes, the brick-built ones, the massive brick-built one, and then up here, this is to remind me, I just went to Boost today and I got a Jurassic World Chaos Theory cup. You can scan that and it will bring the Parasaurolophus to life. There are 3 others to collect. I did scan them. I'll do a video on them later. But here we have a picture of Velociraptors, T-Rex skeleton, T-Rex skull, mini T-Rex skeleton, Triceratops skull, and Dimetrodon in there. But this, I put it here to remind me that we have a picture of a Lego Parasaurolophus in the visitor center. You can kind of see its crest there. I'm sorry, it's really pushed against the wall, so that's really the best you'll get besides this bioluminescent Parasaurolophus. So there is that. But now that we can get the T-Rexes out of the way, right, let me put my lighting down. And then once we do that, we can take a look at the Indominus Rex. So this is probably one of the rarest Lego figures besides the 40031 T-Rex, which was a 1 in 500 chance, and it's not part of the 75,000 to 77,000 line. I do have all the 75,000 to 77,000 species, which are the mainline Lego figures, and I would say Indominus Rex is the rarest out of all the 75,000 to 77,000 figures. This Indominus Rex, specifically the 2015 one. But of course, for the 5th year anniversary of Jurassic World, we got a remade Indominus Rex, and it looked super accurate. Everyone was really happy with it. This one was kind of more like a Diabolus Rex, because they made Indominus Rex before, you know, they kind of had the artwork, and then this one was more accurate. But in the series, this is meant to be its twin. This is the original, because we know there were 2 Indominus Rexes, but this one gets eaten by the end of it, because we know this one grows up. We see it as it grown up in the end, and this one's just gone. So there is that. But now, let's get on to some of the last ones. We do have Giganotosaurus. It's very cool. I do love the back. I love how they made it taller, just to emphasize it is like a super creature, although it didn't really do anything in Dominion. but I am saying this one is good. Now, it has the exact same head as Indominus Rex, so the only thing new is the back piece, and I do love that back piece. But the funny thing is, they were like, you know what, we need another bigger creature. And on this exact same scale area, Allosaurus is bigger due to the crest. So I find that pretty crazy, considering Allosaurus is meant to be smaller than all the tyrants in Jurassic World. But hey ho, whatever, it's cool. Let's just hope they make a Spinosaurus and it's bigger than Allosaurus. But the only thing new, because it has Indominus Rex hands, Indominus Rex back, T-Rex legs, and a Baryonyx jaw. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, the only thing new is the head. I do love the blind eye though. Another asymmetrical creature, just like Toro over there. And it does have scars on this side, whereas on the other side, it's just a normal Allosaurus without scars. So I love the blue patterning. Honestly, I'm in love with that Allosaurus. Whether it's a bunch of remade stuff or not, I still love it. But now, Quetzalcoatlus. This one, super massive. None of the others compare to it really, besides our one up the back. But yes, Quetzalcoatlus here. If we are able to flatten it properly, it is just massive in terms of the wingspan. Have a good look at that. It's so awesome. But yeah, this video is already long enough, so let's just quickly take a look at Brachiosaurus, our biggest one. Surprisingly not brown like the metal Brachiosaurus, but still, I'm glad we have a Brachiosaurus over no Brachiosaurus, because I feel it was a much needed addition. Although not much movement, you can see the legs don't move. So Stegosaurus is kind of better in that regard, except unlike Stegosaurus, its neck moves. So you can kind of just pretend it's a Parasaurus if you roll its head around and then turn this, and you've basically got yourself an Apatosaurus. So you can justify the bluish color scheme. How cool is that? Yeah, let's wrap it up. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to watch the previous video above on the new Lego sets as well. And yeah, I'll see you all later. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye bye everyone.